What would you do with $10,000? Donate to a presidential campaign? Pay $8,900 to fly MiG-23 for 30 minutes? We would suggest that you use the money to settle some bills and maybe you put some into your 401k. But whatever you decide to do with, unless you get an unexpected windfall, saving $10,000 in a year is not exactly an easy task. It would take some sacrifice, but when you reach your goal, it feels so much better than the money you have in your bank. To help you achieve that goal, we have compiled a list of the best tips to help you in your journey towards achieving $10,000 a year goal. Implement these ways and you can't go wrong. Speaking of which, tip number 1 will shock you. Hey everybody and welcome to Frugal Facts. Today we're going to go over the top 10 ways on how to save $10,000 in a year. Make sure to watch until number 1 because it's one of the most amazing saving tips I've ever seen. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so we can help you with saving tips regularly. Now let's get straight into the video. Number 10. Follow a strict budget. As a general rule, budgeting helps you save money. Whether you're going clothes or grocery shopping, settling a clear budget allows you to spend on what you need. But it makes zero sense if you don't follow that budget to the letter. Saving $10,000 in a year is no small task, especially if you're a low-income earner. But to achieve that goal, you have no choice but to strictly follow the budget you have set. Here's how to break it down. To hit your $10,000 a year goal, you need to part with $833.33 every month, $208 a week, or $27.39 every day for 365 days. If you think that is a walk in the park, think again. It takes discipline and a saving mindset. That is why being strict with your budget can get you to your goal. Mason Cooley once said, "Budget takes the fun out of money." If you want to have fun with your money, you'll never budget. But if you stick to a budget, you'll not only have cash in your account, but also the moral satisfaction of proving the critics wrong. Number 9. Save before you spend. There's no shaming in admitting that you struggle to save regularly. Many of us have trouble saving, but what it comes down to is discipline. Whether you're saving for a car, house, or emergencies, reaching your $10,000 goal can't happen by throwing coins in the wishing well to wish for a money influx in your account. You have to work for it. Automated saving is the best option to make sure a certain amount of money leaves your checking account weekly or monthly, whichever works for you. If you don't have it, you can't spend it. That is the rule of thumb, and it helps you to plan on how to live off the remaining cash. It not only instills discipline in you, but also alleviates stress knowing you have the money stashed away in case of an emergency. Did you know that 40% of people in the UK don't have enough money saved up to help them survive a month in case they have no income? Here's a challenge for you, Frugalistas. From today, commit to saving at least 10% of your income. If you accept it, comment "I accept" in the comment section down below. In 3 months, come back to this video and tell us how much you have managed to save so far, and we might just give you a special shout out. Number 8. Invest your savings for compound interest. There's a Benjamin Franklin quote that says, "Money makes money, and the money that makes money makes more money." We'll be honest, we've never seen the word money so many times in a 12-word sentence, but Benjamin was right. When you save your money, you earn interest, but with compound interest, it means that the interest you earn on your savings also earns interest. For example, let's say you have $5,000 in savings at 5% interest PA. At the end of the year, your interest would be $250. By the end of the second year, you would earn $262.50, an interest for the $5,250 in your account. That is earning interest on the year 1 principal amount of $5,000 plus the interest of $250. But interest can be compounded on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis, and the more frequently it's compounded, the faster your principal increases. Number 7. Increase your salary or decrease your expenses. In layman's terms, find a second source of income, or cut back on your spending. There are many side hustles you can do to earn extra income. For example, you can babysit, be a virtual assistant, write articles, walk dogs, etc. If you can't or don't want to take on an extra gig, consider cutting back on your expenses. Decreasing your spending means you can cut back on unnecessary things such as impulse buying, shopping for more than what you need, or picking the more expensive item when there's a cheaper version that performs the same task. Let's be honest, who needs to spend twice as much for scented trash bags that will end up in a trash bin? If it doesn't compromise quality, health, or safety, why not go for cheaper? You're not being cheap, you're being economical, and it helps you inch closer to your $10,000 a year goal. Number 6. Save your leftover cash. So you have saved your money, paid all your bills, shopped for groceries, treated yourself to some nice shoes or a nice dinner, and looking in your checking account, you still got money left. What do you do with it? Take an impulsive trip to Texas for rodeo lessons or save it to compound interest. We know what we do. It's tempting to spend your money on something you hadn't planned for when you have extra cash. But what if you saved it instead? It would help you come closer to realizing your $10,000 goal. There's no reason for you to spend your excess cash on things that you don't need, but you can save it so that generates interest for you. Remember, the interest it earns also earns interest. Fun fact, money in the bank is ageless, but the life expectancy of a $100 bill is 9 years. Number 5. Avoid eating out. On average, American households spend $58 a week for dining out or ordering takeout. That is close to $3,000 a year. That is just an estimated amount because some households spend up to $500 a month on eating out. For example, at Chipotle, a bowl of steak goes for $7.50, a regular soda at $1.80, while a build-your-own kids menu goes for $4.75. If you have a family of 2 adults and 2 kids, you'll have spent $28.01 on just one meal. Breakfast and dinner not included. You can spend a third of that for lunch, which will roll over to dinner. Better yet, use the food you have in your pantry to make meals. This ensures you spend the smallest amount possible and you get healthy, nutritious food and put the extra money towards your savings goal. Number 4. Cut back on non-essential subscriptions. How much time do you spend watching TV? Is it worth it subscribing to the premium package? These are questions you can ask yourself, and if your answers are resounding no's, do something about it. To paint a picture, a basic Netflix subscription is $8.99, while the premium package is $17.99. That's $9 that goes to waste. In 1 year, you'd pay $108 extra. That's basic package. The basic package also has interesting shows, and we doubt you'd go through all the content in the basic package anyway. Better still, find cheaper subscriptions. For example, Hulu Basic goes for $5.99 a month, which is $71.88 annually. But if you pay all the money up front, they charge $59.99. You can also do away with subscriptions altogether and take advantage of the free content online. You find that you could save up to $1,000 a year when you cut back on unnecessary subscriptions. That money is enough to help you get closer to achieving your goal. In the words of Marilyn Vos Savant, make a habit of canceling every subscription to anything you don't have time to read. Number 3. Set no spending days. As a human, you're a visual being, and most of the time, you're enticed by little things which will have you strolling into the store to have a closer look at. That's a bad idea. You not only spend the money you had not planned, but also find yourself buying more than you initially went to the store to get. Sometimes you don't even use the item you bought, and it usually eats you up inside when you see the jacket you spent $200 on sitting idle in the closet. But it's not the only impulse buy. Think about the $3.45 coffee you get on Starbucks on your way to work every morning, or a nail salon you have to visit every other weekend. You can channel that money into your savings when you set a no-spend day. You can decide to set a weekend or a whole week, whatever works for you, but decide not to spend money on anything except essentials. If you have to use groceries at home, don't go into a grocery store. Make use of the food you have in your house. Carry lunch to work and take advantage of the coffee provided by most workplaces. Cancel your nail appointment and make your nails at home using products you have. It neither costs you a penny nor time. Your nails look good and you save money. If you have nail appointments every 2 weeks, you'll have saved $100 in a month or $1,200 a year. Who would say no to that? But if you absolutely have to, that's okay. We think number 2 and number 1 will keep you on board. Number 2, consider swapping instead of buying. According to the Bureau of Labor, American households spend $3,000 on clothes annually. Swapping clothes may seem a little bit too extreme, but many people are happy to do it. You could swap just about anything, such as books, tools you don't need, etc. Instead of buying books for your teenager, search online for people in your area that are swapping those books for something you have and consider exchanging. Or if your kids have outgrown the toys you have, you can swap them for something you need instead of buying. You can find some gently used items that may serve you for a long time, which helps you save money for your goal and declutter your house at the same time. It's worth noting, however, that while it saves you money to swap items, it's advisable to buy some things when they're brand new. Putting you and your family's safety should be the first priority. Things like baby car seats, cribs, etc. are sensitive and safety should be key. Number 1. Assess your spending weaknesses. Last but not least, assessing your spending helps you know where your weaknesses lie, but by identifying them alone doesn't help. Find solutions to help improve your situation. The way to begin doing that is by being realistic with yourself about your finances. By doing a SWOT, by doing a SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats analysis, you become aware of where your strengths are and find ways to enhance them, and your weaknesses are and how to improve them, how to take advantage of the opportunities presented, and how to identify threats and turn them into your favor. Ask yourself, am I being honest with myself about my spending? How much debt am I in? How can I improve my financial situation? When you identify the weaknesses, accept your financial situation, and then start improving one area after another, you start to improve short-term ones, such as paying off your car or student loans. This allows you to save money on interest and late charges, which you can channel toward the $10,000 a year goal you have set for yourself. So what are your goals for this year? We'd love to hear about them, so be sure to like this video and let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos of saving tips and much more. Check out this playlist of my top 10 videos about money saving tips, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.